We're going to go right into approval of the meeting minutes. The meeting minutes have been distributed for the August 12th agenda packet prior to the meeting. Are there any corrections to the meeting minutes? Going-
Any other questions? Okay.
No. Okay. Well, that was quick. Do we have a motion for this item?
All right, you guys have made fun of me. I'm not making any more motions. Okay, y'all
Is
just
anyone
have to
other
do the
than Board
motions
Member
by
Rand?
yourself then. I'm not moving.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I move to approve the Youth Athletic Association banner policy renewal.
Thank you. Second? All right, Ms. Bowers. Now that we have a motion and a second, we will now move the motion to the floor for discussion. Is there any more discussion to be had on this? I know we discussed this in the workshop, so I think everyone here is here at the workshop. So, all right. The floor is now closed for debate. It has been moved by Board Member Klein and seconded by Board Member Bowers that we approve the Youth Athletic Association banner policy renewal. I will now call for a vote. I don't even have a screen to vote. Did you? On me. Now I got a button.
Take two.
But I can't. So it's 6-0. Thank you, it passes. All right. Going on to the next agenda item, which is closure during severe weather policy revision. Is this you, Christine?
Thank you. This is on page 2 of the existing refund and weather policy that we have. And what we are asking is to approve as presented the revision of this closing during severe weather policy. It has previously been based on what Fulton County Schools has done with their closures or their delays. And we have taken that out of the wording and replaced it with a decision-making tree within the city to give us the power to make those decisions instead of being based on Fulton County Schools. Do you have any questions on that?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
This doesn't really say when people will know. Like, is there any? I understand we're trying to leave it open, but do you guys like have an idea of like how much advance notice you'll give people that it's been closed, or?
That's really going to be based on what's happening with the weather. It's really going to be, we'll get it out there as quickly as we can, obviously, and we have many methods of communicating with the public and with participants about closures. Most people with Fulton County Schools, they say, well, it's closed, you know, but we can go ahead and get that information out quickly, just like Fulton County Schools does.
So do you think like the rain out line that will be used for all sports, not just baseball, or I don't know who uses the rain out line right now?
You have to opt in to use the rain out line, but we do put closure information on that. So if people are using the app, they can look at that. But we also put it out on social media, put it out on the city website, and we also email participants that are affected by it that are enrolled in those classes.
That's what I wanted to hear. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Only question I have, some of these may be kind of like standalone classes or some of the holiday weeks, like how will that work from the actual refund perspective? Like I understand having the flexibility to cancel something, but how will people?
Yeah, obviously, we can't make those up. So what we'd
Right.
go ahead and do is we just issue a full refund in that
Okay.
case.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I have no issue.
we try to make up the classes if we can, and if we can't, we'll give a refund.
Any more questions for the staff on this one? Okay. Do we have a motion for this item?
I move to approve the closure during severe weather policy revision.
Thank you, Board Member Bowers. Do we have a second? All right. Board Member Kagan. The motion is now on the floor for discussion. You guys want to discuss this any further now that we've asked the staff the questions that we had for discussion? We're good? All right, the floor is now closed for debate. It's been moved by Board Member Bowers and seconded by Board Member Kagan that we approve the closure during severe weather policy revision. I will now call for a vote. All right, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. That's the end of our new business topics. Then we're going on to staff presentations for divisions. And I think Amanda is up. Hello. Good.
Great. Okay, so the Community Agriculture and Sustainability Division, our monthly report for November. So monthly highlights, we are working on a fundraising campaign. Right now, we're actively fundraising, looking to raise a total of $650,000 to transform the old brick house that's at Old Rucker into a community center. So we're almost halfway there to our goal. And are implementing a variety of ways. If you follow the division on social media, you'll see we just did a pizza day with Peace, Love, and Pizza. And we have Milkshake Day with Milkshake Factory. I mean, we are really getting grassroots with this effort. And though the companies that have signed up for the next 6 months of doing these are donating 10% back of sales for the day on the particular days. So look out for those. We're also announcing them on our monthly newsletter that comes out the first of every month. Community garden plots at Old Rucker, we have 36 of them, as you know. They're open for renewal to existing plot holders this week on November 14th. And then on November 21st, they open to the general public who are not already part of the community garden plot holders at the farm. And we currently have 34 people on the wait list. We only have 36 beds, and usually we only have a turnover of about 6 or 7 each year. So our wait list is going to continue to grow. The greenhouse is almost done. The contractor was out there today, should be finished before the end of the week, and then next week we will have the electricians out there putting in the lights, the fans, and 21 outlets, 21 4-plug outlets, so that we can be ready to utilize that new glass house in January. A new change to our operation, which is pretty exciting for us, is that in 2026, 7 of our rows 7 through 13, are going to be in Quad A, are going to be turned over to clients of North Fulton Community Charities. So for years, as you know, we've been donating about 95% of our harvest to the food pantry. And as a way to really get the clients of the food pantry more involved and more engaged in their own food production, we're turning over these rows to the client base that is interested in growing their food for themselves. So we're really excited about this. We're going to take it one step at a time and see how that works. We understand that people that are utilizing the food pantry have lots of things pulling them in different directions. And so we're going to be very, very supportive to try to make sure that that's successful for those families. 2 more things. Last week, we went down on the 3rd of November We went to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. We've done this for the last 2 years. This was our 3rd year doing it. When they transition from their fall decor, which if you went to it was amazing, pumpkins everywhere, scarecrows everywhere. They transition for the holiday lights. They invite a handful of community groups, we're one of them, to come in and take as many pumpkins, gourds, pie pumpkins, anything that we can. So we invited our students from Cambridge High School, the ag business students. They came with us, as did our new young farmer advisor, Jesse Bolin. We took a trailer from Cambridge High School and our 2 pickup trucks, and we loaded up. So the students will be including pie pumpkins in their agaretta boxes. Young farmer members will be receiving pumpkins, and then we're able to do some more fall succulent centerpiece workshops, which are very, very popular. And we have nice, beautiful gourds to make those on. So it cuts our costs down greatly. And it's just really fun. The best part for me was for our young students this year to be able to see what community partnership is all about in real life. These young people were exhausted loading pumpkins and gourds into the trucks, but they really got to see what community partnership means and how win-win-win partnerships can really work. Then the last thing that I wanted to share with you is that 2 days later, on November 5th, we did our 2nd farm field trip. This time we went down to Bluffton, Georgia to visit White Oak Pastures. If you don't order your meat from them, I highly encourage you to look into them. They're a regenerative, 5,000-acre regenerative sixth generation farm in Bluffton, Georgia. They have about 1,000 head of cattle. I don't even know how many pigs and goats and chickens. We took our ag business students as well as 14 community members on one of the buses from the Adult Activity Center. I drove all the way there and all the way back through Atlanta twice, but it was awesome. It was so great. And if you know White Oak Pastures and you know Will Harris, no, okay. So in my world, it was like we got to hang out with like someone like a super famous celebrity. It was awesome. Everybody was like fanning. He actually led our tour, so we were on a truck-pulled wagon. And actually, Will Harris was our tour guide. So it was really, really awesome. Everybody was like, had the best time ever. So yeah, that's my report for this month. Do y'all have any questions for me? Yes?
Can you talk more, please, Amanda, about the community center, the purpose, the timeline, the footprints? That's so exciting.
Yes, we're very excited about it. We have architectural renderings, plans that have been approved by community development. We don't know the timing. We are giving ourselves until the end of May for our fundraising effort, and that stop is kind of also dictated by the construction of Rucker Park, because if we were to do this, we want to be completed before construction of Rucker Park starts, which starts in September. So if we can begin construction no later than the end of May, beginning of June, then we could feasibly be done. It's not a dramatic renovation. We're opening up some walls. We're adding a cooking classroom. We're adding some basic, not basic, but familiar residential style cooking equipment so that we can host classes there that people can relate to very easily at home. We don't want to have very fancy or unfamiliar equipment that would in any way make people hesitant about doing what they learn in our classes at home. We'll take out most of the walls, have a public restroom, and then taking out those walls gives us a lot more space to have classes and open it up to more people. We will leave some walls in place so that the largest bedroom, when it was a house, will be used for storage. And then the plan calls for us extending the front porch, about doubling that in size and screening it in. So then that gives us additional gathering spaces. And then the lower level, which is now our grow room, where we start all of the seedlings for the program. We will have some humidity-controlled spaces for the seeds, for our seed bank. And not much more will be done down there. The stairway does have to be altered a bit to make it meet code, because right now it's a straight shot down, so it will come down, have a landing, and then come down a bit more. We're not really adding more square footage, not changing much, but we'll bring it up to code, and there's a lot of things that have to be put in there mechanically for it to be a public space.
So regarding that, the bathroom, how are you gonna get, I thought that we couldn't have a bathroom there because the sewer was on the other side of the road and nobody was bringing us, what'd you fix?
Yes, so last time we talked about it, that was what we believed, but we found that the septic system that was in place before is capable, and it's capable for having turning the house into a public facility. And we will also have, with the park renovation, we'll have a public restroom up towards the back part of the park near where the parking lot will be. We'll also have a public restroom there that'll be on a completely separate septic system. So I think we're good there for both.
Just got over having all that trouble with septic out at Webb Bridge. We just don't need to do that again, you know, so.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd run into I'm not going to say it, but.
The other question I had was last year there were two ag seniors. How many ag seniors do you have this year?
This year we have 3.
Okay.
So we're moving in the right direction, and we are engaged with the administration at Cambridge High School. We actually have a meeting coming up before Thanksgiving break to actively talk about recruiting. And it looks like we're going to have more students next year. They're thinking around 6, which is also moving in the right direction. With our new young farmer advisor, who is also the teacher of the Ag Business Program. Yes, this teacher is very engaged, just a really great partner for us. So I think we've gotten in line with the administration at the high school. We've really strengthened that relationship, and the relationship with this new young farmer. I think we're moving in the right direction.
Because the first couple of years we had that gal that was so enthusiastic. And
Yes,
she, I think, really drove it.
she was amazing.
Yeah.
Sarah Nerswick.
Okay.
Mhm. Thank you.
Did I see that the farm got an award recently?
We did.
What
Yeah.
would all of that entail?
So it was an award from the Atlanta Regional Commission. We were awarded a Great Place Award for an innovative public space in the 5 metro county area. So it was a huge honor. Morgan and I learned at the ceremony at the breakfast, the State of the Region breakfast that we went to, that there were 26 nominees. So I was feeling really proud and great when it was 5 counties and then it was 26 nominees. So, it really is a testament to the space that the community's built, that everybody, as you guys know, have come together. The community's really come together to build this space from the very beginning. This has been a community-built park, and it's a testament to what amazing things can happen. I mean, and it's recognized across the region, which is pretty neat, pretty remarkable. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for bringing that up.
Can you share a little bit more about the fundraising? Do you think you're on track? Was the pizza place, did it meet what you thought you'd make out of that event?
No, I didn't really know what to expect. I've never been on a fundraising committee, never done fundraising.
Okay.
So I really set my expectations with let's just see what happens. It was really wonderful of Peace, Love, and Pizza to give, to donate the 10% back to us. It was very low investment in our time. We let our community know through our newsletter and through our social media. So we garnered about $100 total from that experience. But I think what's more valuable to us is raising the awareness, seeing the people that came out to get pizza, then on a night they might not have otherwise done that. It just further reinforces, the value of the community support for the program, more so than the actual dollar amount raised, in my opinion.
That's awesome. Thank you. Any other questions for her?
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. Next up is Cultural Services Division Monthly Report by Kim. "20 years. This is your 20th year here, I think.
Switch mics on here. Good evening. How are you? Thank you. Thanks. So I want to give us some updates. We've been pretty busy with the Spotlight. And I wanted to share some numbers. We opened in May, and since then we have had 43 performances, 76 rehearsals, 119 total days of using the facility. Highlights, we had 2 children's camps that were offered, and we also had 2 music performances. This was a rental performances, School of Rock, Alpharetta, their summer showcase, and a classical Indian music recital. The GRPA showcase, and that's what picture is here on the screen, we hosted that event as well, and 3 theatrical shows. And this is our November and December upcoming events. Some events are private and some are open and free to the public. And so please, if you can get out and see a show, we'd love to have you out. Wanted to share that we just painted the Mansell House, and I'm not part of the Cultural Services Division as we oversee the Mansell House and the log cabin. And so that was freshly painted and it looks beautiful outside. And I just wanted to, if you ever stop by and you can take a look, they're also, I think, planning the board, the Alpharetta Old Milton County Historical Society board, I believe, is planning to paint the interior too sometime soon. At the log cabin, we have the archives, and I'm underneath, and I always offer, I would love to meet you out there. We could show you around individually or as a group. It's a little bit of a surprise how big it is in the archives, so if you have interest or want to find out some local history, please let me know, and I'd love to take you there. October was a very busy month for us. It's Arts and Humanities Month. This was our brochure that we had with our events. I don't know if you were able to come out to a few events, but one of the things we had here is a proclamation at a city council meeting. Act One had their 30th year anniversary. So we did the proclamation in honor of them, and it was Melody Cookson and her team accepted the award. It is. It's Arcadia. Act One will still stay with the church as their community theater, and then Arcadia has branched out of the church, and they still partner there at the church as well. So this is close-ups of the manhole murals that are along the Greenway. We just had 14 of those approved, and they're almost completed. I'm not quite sure where they're at because they've had to kind of paint between, fall break and the high school kids, their schedules. But we had 5 high schools, and I believe they had almost 32 people apply to paint murals this year, students. So it was a really great year. And if you can get out, this project is continuing through next year. So they plan to paint all of the manhole murals along the Greenway. Alpha Loop sculptures. We're currently installing 2 sculptures right now along the Alpha Loop. This is close to the west side location, kind of behind Village Tavern. And this sculpture here, and then you walk a little closer in, and this one will be on your right. I believe this one is installed, and this one is on its way. So we'd love to show you that. We'll have an unveiling or a dedication, and we'll send out an invitation. In addition, we have a bridge mural, and it's actually, since I gave Sarah this report, we've painted the other side. It's almost completed, so it's very, very beautiful in my opinion. Exciting news, I don't know if you heard, but the Arts and Culture Master Plan for Alpharetta was approved by Mayor and Council, and so we are set to kind of start. That means we have a lot of work to do. Right. So December 2nd, the Cultural Arts Commission will have a workshop meeting, and we'll be discussing the first year immediate action items that are up here on the right. I know that's too small, but you know, I'd be happy to send you the plan, or it is online. Some of the events I wanted to highlight, past events. We had Family Day, wonderful event. It's a huge awareness event for the Arts Center and people coming out. Battle of the Bands, we had our first year, and I know you've heard me mention that, but I wanted to tell you that we had 5 bands, 150 people out on the yard. Hotels in Peru was the band that won, and Arts Alpharetta donated $500, and the Alpharetta Convention and Visitors Bureau donated $750 for prize money for the bands. Oh, I forgot to tell you, back up one sec. Off the bed and onto the walls, the quilt show is getting ready to leave soon, so if you haven't seen it, it'll be taken down after tomorrow, so please stop by. And we have the Artist Holiday Market. Arts Alpharetta hosts this yearly event. They have a preview on Friday, and you're invited if you'd like to come from 4:30 to 6:30, and it'll take place on Saturday from 10 to 4:30. At the Alpharetta Arts Center, just sharing a few things about our programs. We're offering classes and camps related to the holidays, and always considering the days that the kids are off from school. So if you need a camp, please look at that. We have free art in the park at Webbridge Park now. I didn't know if you were aware of that, but we are doing Webbridge Park, and we've had quite a bit of activity over there, so we're staying pretty busy with art in the park. North Fulton Special Needs event was a success. Zeal, our program coordinator, participated in that and represented and did art projects at the event. Ceramic classes, I just wanted to share, are always full, and we always have a wait list. So you'll hear me repeat that, but we're trying to find ways to expand our ceramics program. Is that the wheel, or is that It's the wheel. It's really almost all the classes, especially the wheel, because you have limited slots for that, and the hand building class as well, especially the adult classes. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Kim, I appreciate it. Next up is Rec Services by Christine.
Good evening again. Before I start, I want to go ahead and thank Carla and Jit for being at the Veterans event yesterday. I thought it was a great event, great food. We had very sparkly dancers, so they were a hoot. But appreciate people coming out and honoring our veterans, and I hope you're able to talk to some of them and hear some of their stories. So thank you for being there. I appreciate that. All right, hopping right into the Recreation Services report. We've had a lot happen in the last few months. Scarecrow Harvest, I hope that some of you were able to, or all of you were able to get around the city and see over 100 scarecrows that we had out and about, not only downtown, but in Wills Park as well. Claire did a great job on that event, and they should be coming down soon. I didn't notice. Are they down? They're down. They're down. They're gone. So they were looking a little sad by the end of the month. So it's time for them to retire and show back up next October. Wire and Wood, we had a highly successful two-day event. We had over 10,000 visitors on Friday and 15,000 on Saturday, and that was up from last year, so that was very exciting. Great weather, great bands, a lot of extras, which the Live Art Lounge was a great area, and the Makers Market that we put in. Again, fantastic performances that were out there. I don't know how many of you came out and Wang Chung'd on Friday night. And the Gaelic Storm on Saturday night was a great big hit. We're looking forward to next year's event. The Boo Bash in the Grove at Wills Park was October 18th. Again, record number crowds for that event. Tons of games, lots of vendors. Lindsay and her team did an incredible job setting up this event again. We had over 34 sponsors, 37 vendors, 7 bounce houses or elements, and a lot of fun that happened out there. And we also announced the Scarecrow Harvest winners at that event. So again, highly successful, and Lindsay and team knocked it out of the park once again. Just a few things here. We had a lot of staff go to a lot of different trainings this last month. We had one staff member, Kat, go to NRPA, and that was in Orlando this year. That's the National Recreation Parks Association conference. Hillary was able to go to the IFEA, which is the International Festival and Event Association conference in Palm Springs. So we've got them going everywhere. A handful of us, 5 of my staff members and Morgan, went down to GRP annual conference this last week to Jekyll Island. It was the most attended conference that we've ever had, over 800 people. Beautiful weather. We were at the beach. Can't complain about that. But a lot of great sessions, and we really enjoyed our time down there. And then last but not least, for training, I had the same week, last week, I had 3 staff members from our athletics department go to San Diego for the NAYS, which is the National Alliance of Youth Sports in San Diego. They were lucky that they were able to get on a plane and come back this weekend, so we were glad that they made it back safely. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Toby Smallwood and Tyler Spinnenweber, which are 2 of my supervisors. They did take the test for their Certified Parks and Recreation Certified Parks and Recreation Professional certification through NRPA. Too many acronyms. And they did both pass that and achieve that certification. That's a big deal in our recreation and parks world. So I'm very proud of them for that. Coming up, just to let you know, we have our season of celebrations starting with the tree lighting on November 22nd. That event starts at 5 o'clock with the tree lighting around 6:30. We'd encourage you all to come out, get to see Santa, have s'mores. We have a gingerbread scavenger hunt going on, and a lot of great entertainment, and a spectacular tree lighting ceremony planned for everybody. So, anybody have any questions? Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. The food drive also starts. Very important. The food drive starts on November 22nd, and it goes through December 14th. There are multiple pickup locations all around our facilities and around the city. I gave you a link there so you could see what the most needed items are at NFCC and where you can drop them off. If you'd like to share that out to your folks, that would be fantastic. Yes, that's different. The police department's doing that one. All right. Any questions?
Christine, I saw in the packet the sponsorships from this record-breaking Boo Bash. Was that in line with past years? And what are those monies allocated for?
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
What are those monies allocated for?
It's allocated for the event. So
Okay.
we do have a budget for that event, but Lindsay has done a fantastic job fostering partnerships and sponsorships to where we get a lot of that event covered financially. And that it also allows us to expand on the event with the budget that we have. Again, these are, you asked if it was comparable to the past. It was down a little bit this year, but not by much. But she also does a lot of in-kind bartering type things, which is really a good way to do things for that kind of event as well. So, thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, the people that did not come yesterday, could you share a little bit more with the board members what the sparkly thing was yesterday?
I'm sorry, what the what?
The sparkly thing was yesterday.
The sparkly thing. Oh, how do I explain the sparkly thing? I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of the group, but they were
Staying Alive.
Staying Alive. Yes,
Let's
'cause
go.
that was the first song they came out and did, was Staying Alive, which was awesome, wasn't it? It was Staying Alive? Yeah. They were all dressed in sequins, and they were women of a certain age, middle-aged and up, and they rocked it. They had great dance moves. They had a great routine. Like I said to Morgan earlier, they probably could have been out a Dallas Cowboy cheerleading type thing. But they were really fun, and we had one of them, I think she might have been the eldest in the group, get up and sing. She sang
This
This Land Is Your Land, and we all sang along, and then they came out, they had a costume change too, came out and did their last song, and it was really fun. They were great. So, good entertainment.
There's like 22 of them, and they're going out to like Vegas or West Coast after this event. It was
Yeah,
pretty
they're
cool.
going to Los Angeles to perform
Yeah.
after this. They're all over the country, but they're from here.
The Rams game. Yeah.
Yeah, at the Rams game. So look for them on the
Anyways.
Rams game this weekend.
It was way cool, so thanks.
They were fun. They
Any
were
more
really fun.
questions?
They're a good addition to the event.
2 questions on the
Sure.
tree lighting. Are you guys doing the stage up here at City Hall again, or up here? I should
That's a great question. So we're going to be doing the main stage that we always have in front of City Hall, and then we're going to have a smaller stage up next to the tree that will have all the dignitaries on it, and we'll do the little ceremony there. So, and
that'll-
flip the
Some
switch.
people feel like, where do I look? Where do I go?
Yeah, no, we'll make the announcement that to head towards the tree, so you'll know.
Okay. And then my kids want to know, is the church going to have the little inner tubes and sledding again, where you brought in snow? I think that was like 2 years ago.
Oh, that was a long time.
Or 3 years ago.
That was
maybe.
a long
They
time
keep
ago. No,
asking about
the
it.
answer is
so-
no, but we
okay.
will have snow machines. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Christine. All right, next up does not look like Eric, so
Hey, good evening.
Park Services report, I guess, Matt?
Time flies when you're having fun. I can't believe we're already to November 11th. Fall baseball finished up last weekend, so it was a great season, good weather. It was no complaints. Fields and everything are in great shape. Obviously, this week we had to accelerate our winterizing of the facilities. So obviously, water fountains go off. A lot of heaters put into crawl spaces and stuff like that. So we were able to get that done. We started on, if you haven't been by Wills Park, we've started a lot on the bond projects. So there's a lot of site work going on. There's a lot of infrastructure that's being put in place. And they are right where they want to be moving into the end of this year. We've got our GHJ Grand Finale Horse Show, which is our local sanctioning organization for our local shows. They're having their final show starting tomorrow. So come by, check it out. We'll be at capacity at the Equestrian Center. So that's pretty much my report. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. It depends.
What's the question?
What? Oh, you are? Oh, yeah, sure.
Wacky World's got a big hole. I'm not on the Wacky World team, so I just wanted to know what's the plan? When are we team building? Are we team building?
So the Wacky World Playground has been removed.
Yep.
And the site work is being contoured to accommodate all the stormwater. So that's kind of where they are now.
Uh-huh.
I'll be happy to meet you out there, or if y'all.
Oh, that's all
would
right.
like to
We
be
can
out there
see
as a
from the
group and
road.
look. So it's an active construction site.
Okay. And then?
And then basically they're going to get the site, once they get all the stormwater and stuff put in, get the site ready.
Uh-huh.
We're shooting for a March 9th build date
Okay.
for the playground, for the new playground.
Okay.
So, and the new playground has been ordered as of last week.
All right.
So there's no going back now.
Okay. And the other mess that's where the parking lot, the off-site, not off-site, but the
What
how
used to
should I
be
say,
the grass
all-terrain
parking lot.
parking lot was. I saw that's all been leveled and we're putting in gravel and we're making pavement.
Yes, so they put in an underground detention pond for that parking lot. So that's
Oh.
what they dug a huge hole, put in all their stuff, and then covered it all up with aggregate hauled a lot of that dirt off-site.
Oh, so Jill's been busy. Okay, what about that, what about on the corner there of Wills Road and Old Milton Rucker?
So that started today.
Yeah, I saw it.
And so they started some grading there, and then they're going to take and reuse a lot of the good fill dirt that we had from the parking lot to kind of build that corner up a little bit. And that's where the gateway is going to be.
Oh, it's just for the decorative thing there, right? Because that's also, I would think that that would be stormwater space, and then if all we're doing here is making a lot of stormwater allotment, I was kind of surprised we were digging in there at all.
Yeah, that site's going to actually be elevated. and
Just on the
go back
corner?
A little bit, yes, ma'am. Just on the corner.
All right.
Matt, on site, what's been the general sentiment from folks that may not be up to date on the timeline and the bond, et cetera?
A lot of the park users are very excited. I mean, they're seeing work done at such an accelerated rate that we had the 1 week where we had some rain delays, which is kind of a bummer, but as long as people see that the improvements are being made and progress is being made, we've had a good, positive reaction from our park users.
Great.
So.
Any more questions for Matt? Thank you. Appreciate it. Up to Director Rogers.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to start off tonight with a CURT update. Been talking to Kurt Kirby, who retired from the city of Alpharetta, is now director at Banks County, and he is doing well. I actually talked to him this morning, and he is adjusting to the Banks County way, which is different than the Alpharetta way. He knew that going into it, but I don't think he realized it was going to be different. So, but he's doing real well. He says he's got, a lot of, he's got a good staff, and he's really digging in now. So I think he's turned the fire hose off a little bit right now, and so now I think he's getting some things done. So he was mentioned that we had a meeting tonight, and he said, make sure that I tell everybody, hey. So hey from Kurt. He's doing well. He did not. He hadn't been at Banks County long enough to go to Jekyll, but one of his staff members, last name was Rogers, Maddie Rogers, attended. So me and Christine took the opportunity to talk to Maddie a little bit, explain how Kirk thinks and does all that. So I'm sure she will appreciate. Yeah, absolutely, nothing but nice things about Kirk. So the other thing I want to talk about just a minute is you mentioned the ARC award that Amanda and the farm got, and that was a big deal. It was a very big deal. There were, I guess, I want to say 700 or 800, maybe even 1,000 people in the banquet that morning for breakfast. And the guest speaker was the CEO of Delta. I didn't know until that meeting that Delta is the biggest employer in the state of Georgia. And so it was a big deal. And so we are going to bring that award to Mayor and Council on December the 8th at their council meeting. And we're actually trying to get somebody from ARC to come down and present that to Mayor and Council, because it really is a big deal when you think about the Atlanta region and all that takes in, and that we were a great place, the only one named in the city, in the whole metro region as a great place. So that's quite an award. We also had an award recipient when we were at the Georgia Recreation Park Association in Jekyll Island recently. Shirley Stacy, who is the administrative person that works at the Community Activity Center, along with Lindsay and Jenny there. She was named the Administrative Support Staff of the Year. That's a big deal in our circle. That's a big deal. So she was able to go to Jekyll and receive that award, and we're going to present her with that award on December the 8th at the council meeting as well. So if you're free on the 8th, you can come at 6:30. We're going to do that. We're going to do those first, so you won't have to stay up for the whole meeting unless you want to. We were real proud of both of those, well-deserved, and we were appreciative of the recognition that they got. I've got is this going to work for me? Yeah, okay. So I've got 2 parks that are in the conversation phase right now. I just want This is the corner of Marietta Street and Roswell Street, right across from Pure, if you know where that is. So this is Marietta Street here, and Roswell Street is here. And the city's owned that property for quite a while, and really what we're going to do is take the opportunity to make that kind of a gathering space for that, as we are trying to bring that part of the city into downtown. So you can see it's a very simple design. We're not cutting down any trees. We're just we're going to clear the underbrush, and then we're just going to have just some paths that kind of meander right there. A little opportunity there. Some, if we wanted to have a musician with guitar playing one night, we could do that. It's not going to be any kind of stage, and it's just really going to be kind of a gathering spot right there. A very simple plan, and if this moves forward, the mayor and council, it would be impact fees would be used to create that. Okay. And the other one that I want to bring your attention is a bond project, and it is the farmhouse project, which is if you're looking at this map, the QT is right here. Okay, QT 400 is right here. Okay, everybody with me?
Uh-huh.
And so this is the farmhouse site. You can see the creek itself runs right here. That's the creek. This is where the original settlement of Alpharetta was. And there's a stone wall there. That was where the post office was. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a raised boardwalk where you can not get down to it, because there's a lot of it's still very steep there. So the idea is always to have this as a overview park. So this is just going to be a boardwalk that goes out. It'll have some historical interpretation at those two locations that'll tell you what happened here. So that is a bond project, one of the 9 bond projects that was voted on in '22, the farmhouse project.
The issue here has always been parking, because we were going to get perhaps a waiver from one of the businesses, and we were going to be able to park.
It's parkland. The city owns that property.
Where we're going to park?
Uh,
Parking for people to park. Like, I thought that was part of the problem.
We don't, to be honest with you, we don't have a plan for parking.
Okay, so you're going to walk here along Old Milton, and then you're just going to climb down and then climb back up.
This is the only access that we have right now. We don't have access to that. There will be an opportunity if the property that is right here, the property is right here, when it develops, they have said they would like to provide some parking for that shared parking for that park. But that may be 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road before that's developed.
So practically, so let's say that we all decided we were going to go walk there, go down to see this boardwalk. Where would one park? Like at the Waffle House across the street and walk over, or like what would we suggest to people to access it?
I can't, because since we don't control any parking,
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I really can't answer that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Where you can park. There
Okay.
is a business there, and they're a retail business, so.
Yeah.
The-
Okay,
wa-
you
know,
can't say.
Buy a Coke and then walk to the park, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
But I can't tell you that you can park on some other. But again, we knew this going into this, that the parking's going to be a couple of years down the road.
Right.
So
What's the timeline on that one? Do we have one?
the timeline is, we're hoping, this is a public, right now it's a public works project. They're hoping to get approval in December on this from mayor and council.
So Morgan, considering it's now a ramp, will that be accessible
Yes, it
to
will.
all?
This will
Okay.
be, from Old Milton Parkway, it will be ADA accessible. Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's why it doesn't get all the way down to the creek, because to get all the way down to the creek you'd be half a mile down up the
Yeah.
creek.
Okay, thanks.
So I thought actually that we sacrificed farmhouse development full stop in order to do better things at the farm or to do better things somewhere else, no?
No,
No.
that was, there was always the talk about what if and all like that, but there
Right.
was never any, as far as the city council, there was never any public
Commitment,
discussion
yeah.
about that. And so the general consensus is to deliver on what was promised to the public in the bond.
Sorry, so what happens to the farmhouse then? Is it going to be renovated? Or,
Now, so we're not talking about the house at Old Rucker. We're talking about the farmhouse project
Right.
on Old Mill.
okay,
Okay, so it's two. That's where it gets confusing. So Amanda and us try not to talk about the farmhouse because when we talk about the farmhouse, we're talking about the house at the farm.
okay.
But this is the farmhouse settlement project. So that project, the farmhouse project at 400 is funded by the bond. And
Okay.
the drawing I showed you is within budget, within the $2 million budget that we have.
Okay, thank you. Hey,
Okay.
Another question. So the other cute little pocket park that you were talking about, and you said, oh, maybe we'll get street performers to come there. Have we had any luck with people applying to be street performers? I'm not downtown that much on the weekend,
Nope.
so I don't know.
I'm gonna phone a friend on that question.
Okay.
And ask him to come address that. We call it public performance permits. So if you would.
We have issued several permits, and they're yearly permits, and they sign up on a schedule that we black out. It's like a sign-up Genius schedule. So I haven't looked, but we do have a few permits out there floating. They kind of come in waves. We get busiest in spring, I would say.
In the spring, yeah, okay,
And it'll be slower now because it's cold outside.
okay. So like when I see people playing, like at the pizza place, like there's people sometimes that play on the corner at the pizza place, they're not street performers. Those people are like sponsored by the pizza place people.
Correct. We have specific locations that we allow them to play in, and they have to sign up for the location so that we're not having crossover sound.
Right. I just have never seen them, but I'm not here that much, so okay.
They're out there a little
That's
bit,
fair.
yeah.
All right, anything else to share, Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, I've got a few more things to talk about.
Go for it.
Want to update you on Field 5. You remember Field 5 at Wills Park? We're taking, which is usually wet because the field does not drain well. We probably lose 60% of the games that are scheduled at Field 5 on any given season. When we're turfing that, it was a 50-50 project with the Alpharetta Youth Baseball Association. We thought it was going to be a $500,000 project. So the ABA was in for $250,000. We were in for $250,000. Well, it turns out it is a $712,765 project rather than a $50,000 project. So we went back to AYBA and told them that, and AYBA confirmed that that is important to do them, and so they said that they would go ahead and fund the remaining portion or their half of that, which is $106,000. But they don't have that $106,000 right now. So the city has basically going to, I don't want to use that word, they're basically going to fund their 106 additional as well as the AYBA 106. And AYBA is going to pay that 106 over 2 years, the next 2 years. So we're keeping the project moving forward, and everybody is still committed to what they want to do. And again, what drove the cost up on that was two things. One was the stormwater, believe it or not, and the other was the fencing, because we don't want to. We could have left the fence there, but then we'd have a brand new field with ugly old fencing. So me and Matt went and visited a couple of places, and we're going to try something different that's going to look on Field 5 rather than a 15-foot chain link backstop with a chain link, overview. We're going to do a 6-foot chain link fence and do netting up to the backstop height. We went over to McEachern, was it McEachern? McEachern High School, and they just put in that at their softball and baseball field, and it really looks good. Very efficient, it is so much more open. When you walk up, you don't see the fence or the netting, so we're going to try that with the idea that if it works well, that's something that we can move forward, because it is less expensive than the chain link, but the only negative part of that is about every 6 years you have to replace the netting, but it's pennies on the dollar as far as fence. So every 6 years you'll have a brand new look there. So So we think it's a good way to go, and AYBA has agreed with that moving forward. Yes, yes. We were able to value engineer it down to that. So, a few other things I want to mention is next week is a busy week for projects getting started. November the 17th, we have 3 major projects starting. One of them is going to be Webb Bridge. Webb Bridge, if you've been out to Webb Bridge lately, you know the road and the sidewalks are cracking real bad, lots of cracks in it. Public Works is going to go in and completely repave all the roads and all the parking lots at Webb Bridge on the 17th. So that's basically their project, and they're using milling and resurfacing money to do that. So we're excited about that. Next week, the North Park restroom and concessions building demo will be started. I know, and so we're excited about that, as well as the repaving of the parking lot at the Adult Activity Center will start somewhere that month, that week as well. That will probably start later in the week. So all 3 of those, in this year, we're going to get rid of our two worst restrooms and replace them with brand new facilities, and we're going to, our 2 worst parking lots, or all of our bad parking lots are being redone. So we're really excited about that. I think I'm the only person, maybe not but the only person, but there's a few of us that are really excited about the restrooms and the parking lots. One of the things that, Christine mentioned, the tree lighting. We certainly want you to come to the tree lighting, but her and a group are doing something special before the tree lighting from 4 to 5 o'clock here at City Hall in room 318. We're going to have an adaptive hour before the tree lighting. We're going to, all of our participants in our adaptive programs that usually have sensory issues or those something like that, we're going to invite them to room 318. And 4 to 5, we're going to have Santa visit that during the adaptive hour, and they're going to ask them, they're going to be invited to stay there and watch the tree lighting from the balcony of City Hall. So, kudos to the staff that put that together. I mean, that's, to me, that really tells you that nobody really told them to do that. Nobody really asked them to do that. Staff just saw that as a need and came through. So that's really all I need to know about it. They're just phenomenal. Kim mentioned the stage, how well the stage is doing. I'm really excited about the stage. The Arcadia has given us a few free tickets, and so I would like to invite the commission to a performance of Steel Magnolias. That's this weekend and next weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, 7:30, Sundays at 2:30. We'd invite you and your family to come out, and because we think this is a big deal. This is true community theater on our community stage. So we're excited about this. Not that we're not excited about all the other performances, but this is really going to be exciting this weekend. Kim showed me a picture of what the set looks like, and it looks like a professional set, like at Fox or Broadway or those kind of places. It really looks good. So let me invite you, if you get an opportunity, you can call Sarah. Sarah can hook you up with the free tickets. I'm going to try to go Saturday night at 7:30 because I'm excited about it. Matt mentioned the Wills Park. It's underway. We're doing well. The equestrian portion of that is going to start right after January the 1st. I will tell you that the Equestrian Foundation has now deposited in our bank account $1 million. So we have their portion of it is 1.9. They have given us $1 million as we are spending money at the Equestrian Center. We're going to pay that $1 million down till it gets below when it gets below 250, we're going to bill them for another $100,000, and we'll do that until the project's over. So we're really excited about that moving forward, and I think that one is going to move quickly as well. To tell you 2 things that have happened already this year, and I hope it's not a sign of things to come. The Greenway has already flooded twice this season. That's to the guys that work at the Greenway, that's the equivalent of your basement flooding. You have to clean it out knowing that next week your basement's going to flood again. The other thing that's happened already is that the fountains in downtown have already frozen. They were ice on, so we'll see what happens on those 2. And the last thing I'm going to give you is a flyer for the lights on the loop. This is coming from the outfit of the Alpha Loop Foundation. They have raised money, and they're going to have on the loop a lighted walk that is 3 weekends long. It has, it's going to have lights. It's going to have candy canes. It's going to have a winter village. It's going to have all 3 of the weekends are themed. This is going to be a big deal. They hired a professional company to bring the lights out, so this is not just a couple of people stringing up lights. This is going to be one of the go-to events, I think, as we move forward. We are going to have a little ceremonial lighting on December the 5th at 5:30. You're invited. You're going to get an invitation to this, but I just want to give you a heads up to that. We're really excited about that, and we appreciate the Alpha Loop Foundation for raising the money and doing this to bring awareness to the Alpha Loop. And the last thing that I have is to remind you that the holiday party is on December the 16th. Make sure you got that on your calendar. We're inviting the Recreation Commission as well as the Cultural Arts Commission to this. So they're coming to our luncheon, so we're not going to have a dinner this year. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The theme is Elvis's Blue Christmas. And we'll give you a warning, okay? Yeah, they might be. There might be. So, we're going to have some fun. If you come, bring your fun hat, okay? And I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have about anything at this point in time.
Morgan, quick question. The GPRA, did I get the acronym correct?
GRPA.
GRPA. With the awards and all that, was there like a trade show portion?
There was a what?
Like a trade show portion?
Yes, there was.
And like, what are the trends that you're seeing?
Well, the trend, there was a lot of folks there with artificial turf. That artificial turf was probably the most, if you had to just count the booths that were similar, artificial turf was that. The other was lighting. So the trend is making sure that you have got rid of your wood poles and that you have the efficient lighting. Probably the most fun booth there was the drone booth. They actually did a show. The drone company did a show with 200 drones. I guess it was Wednesday night there at the conference. And they went up there and they put up the GRPA logo and the other sponsors, and they did a bat and they did tennis balls, and it was really cool. So I think the drones are going to be pretty hot to hear for a while. But we found out that the cost of the drones show is based on how many drones you have. It's $100 per drone for about 13 minutes. So if you have 150, that's $15,000. But we had 200, and I think 300 would have been a lot better. So, you're talking about a good drone show for 13 to 15 minutes with 300 drones, it's going to be $30,000. Now, whether that comes down in the next year, I don't know, but right now that's the going price. So that was probably, I think that was the most exciting thing. And with them doing the drone show, there was a lot of people interested in that. But it was a good show. It really was. As Christine said, it was a very good trade show. I think we had close to 140 vendors that signed up to that. So that's a lot. That's a lot of vendors. Any other questions?
So I think the plan was for Morgan to reach out to you guys and be present with you when you first meet with them. So I think you will reach out to the
I
four of us.
think the other thing is that with several new council members coming in January, we could
I'm gonna
very
wait a little bit.
easily have some new council. We know we have one new commissioner come, and so I think it would be prudent for us to wait till after at our January meeting and discuss that in detail there.
Any other questions?
All right.
Well,
All right,
thank you.
you.
Recreation board reports, anything you guys want to report on? Any activities, Wacky World, anything else?
I had a chance to see the Seed Library, believe it or not, for the first time. And number one, it was phenomenal, just how, for someone without any green thumbs, the dates are there, and there's just so much information. And the enthusiasm from the library staff, seeing us kind of rummage through them and sign out some seeds it was pretty cool because it could sit there very passively and just be really trashy, but it was very well organized. It was very well stocked, and truly the enthusiasm of, I guess, our library partners were just super helpful. So congrats on another successful outlet.
Thanks. Anybody else? All right, section for public comment. We have guests with us? Hi, come on up. Yes.
So much for doing this tonight. I do have a couple of questions for y'all. For the Christmas artisan gathering, I have someone who works for Lionheart, who also kind of goes up against y'all for sponsor. Her name is Robin. She's new to our disabilities program for the Lionheart Works facility over off of Broadwell. And I was kind of questioning, since we had the artisan Christmas stuff before at the recreation area, is why it got moved to the art center, because we have so much to carry out for Lionheart, and we just want to make sure that we have enough space and enough room to put everything out that we're expecting to sell.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I think there may be two different markets, because the Arts Alpharetta is doing the holiday market this weekend.
Okay.
So I'm not overseeing the artists who are participating. So I can get you her phone number and we can ask her.
Yeah.
But is there a market at the community center too?
No, not this year. There's going to be, the one that does the farmer's market downtown is going to be holding their holiday market over at Innovation Academy. And we gave that information to Lionheart to see if they could get in with that. I don't know where they stand with that right now.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, I just don't have the list of vendors, but I'd be happy to contact you to the event
Yeah,
person.
that'd be great. Okay. Second thing was for Wills Park. I've been trying to get an update on where y'all stand for the Jacob's Ladder group with the disabilities of getting people out there in wheelchairs to when it's fully finished. Are we still on gravel? Are we still on mulch? Or are y'all planning to put down more than just that?
Thanks, Matt.
So we're gonna have a poured in place footing over the whole playground, so you can, it's all gonna be uniform. There's not gonna.
It's going to be that spongy kind of.
Yeah, it's a poured in place
I just wanna make
application.
sure
Yeah,
it's-
not gonna be we're not gonna have any more mulch or anything like that in Mike World Playground.
Okay, perfect. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other topics? Also, I want to request a motion to adjourn the meeting. All right. Would anyone other than Board Member Rand like to make a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn, pretty please.
Thank you. Board Member Pietrahita, a second? Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Thank you very much.